Good day and welcome back, DoomTubers. Another game discussion. It's been a little bit since we've done one of these, but I felt like doing it right now because I just beat this game and it is everything that I had hoped it would be and more. We just beat Wolfenstein: The New Order. Now, I did buy this for the Xbox 360, and primarily because I personally enjoy playing first-person shooters more on the 360, and I don't have an Xbox One yet. So that's my reasoning behind buying this version. That said, part of me wishes that I would have bought the PS3 version because the difference is the PS3 is either one Blu-ray disc or this is 4 Xbox 360 discs. Which is not necessarily problematic, but it's definitely got, that old school feeling of swapping discs when you're playing. And it's not for, excuse me, it's not 4 discs because of game content. It's actually a relatively short game. It doesn't have an in-game clock, so I don't know how long it actually took to beat. I want to say it was maybe a little bit more than 10 hours. I thought it was under 10 hours, but I actually think it was probably closer to 12 to 15. I really don't know for sure, but just by the way I feel about how long I spent in the game, and part of that's because I did take my time and explore a lot of the areas looking for things, but yeah, I would say it clocks in around I'll say 12 hours, 12, 13, something like that. I don't really know for sure. But it looks so good. Even on the 360, it looks amazing. Just very well done. It's definitely a next gen game, and I'm sure it looks even better on the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. But man, I won't take away anything from it on the 360. It looked great. The character sprites, the cutscenes, everything was just great. The sound was great. Great music. The guns. Oh man, the guns. The guns were fantastic. And this is exactly the kind of first-person shooter that I want out of id Software. And I don't even think on the front of the box, it doesn't even actually say id Software anywhere, but it does on the back. id Software, and it is they do use the id Tech 5 engine. So I know that it is an id game, but it was made by this other company, Machine Games, and I'm not familiar with them very much. I don't know anything else that they've made, if they've made anything else. And of course, they're all subsidies of Bethesda now, but that's fine because this game was just really, really, really well done. Very graphic, lots of jibs, lots of blood, a couple of awkward sex scenes that were not, I don't want to say unnecessary, because it really enhanced the character that is BJ Blazkowicz. I think a little bit, a character who before in Wolfenstein games, especially the really early, the original, he has no character. He's just a face on the bottom of the screen that gets bloody as you get shot. But yeah, this was just a really kind of an interesting story. Great story. Great story. You're not chasing Hitler in this one. You're chasing a mad scientist, basically, named Death's Head, and kind of his minions, who's taking human brains and putting them in human bodies and human brains and putting them into these big mech machines and things like that. Lots of experimental science and stuff like that. And it takes place in the year 1960 in a parallel universe or parallel world where the Nazis win World War II. The game starts in the 40s. I forget what year. BJ and crew, you start the game on a mission, flying somewhere to do something in, World War II, and without ruining anything, some stuff happens and you end up getting, knocked out and turned into a vegetable for, what you perceive as a not very long period of time, but you wake up and you're in an asylum, and you've been taken care of by this family who owns this asylum for X amount of years, and when you wake up, I think that it's like something like 15 years later, you know, the Nazis are attacking this place where you're at. So of course you perceive it to be just a short period of time, because when you wake up, you're still fighting Nazis. But what you find out is no, it's about 15 years later, and they have crazy technology now, and it's up to you to kind of do what you do what BJ Blazkowicz does, and just kick Nazi ass. So it is a very fast-paced first-person shooter. You're always on the go. You're always being sent somewhere to kill some Nazis. And it's got a few story twists here and there that I won't go into detail about, because I won't ruin, because they are definitely worth experiencing for yourself. And I can honestly recommend Wolfenstein: The New Order to any fan of good, well-done first-person shooters, even if you're not a fan of military first-person shooters, because this isn't quite a military first-person shooter, but it's not quite a sci-fi FPS either. It is what it is. It's Wolfenstein, and it is extremely well done. And I keep saying that, but I actually, as many good things I've heard, and watched some other people's videos and talking about how impressed that they were, nothing could have compared or prepared me for how much I truly enjoyed this game. Like, I don't know, I was the only, see, and I sold this to the other guys early on. I was the only one a year ago hyped up for this game to come out, because it's a new Wolfenstein game on the current gen, which was Xbox 360 at the time. The only new game, or Wolfenstein, or Doom wasn't coming out yet. They hadn't even announced it yet, and so I was pretty jazzed to play this. And then I feel like I'm the last one to play it now, but that doesn't take away from it at all. Even with all the positive reviews I've heard of the game, yeah, it was really fantastic. I am probably going to play through it again relatively soon, because there is kind of an alternate, not an ending, an alternate path you can take. But I think that the events that happen will be the same, I'm pretty sure, but some of the dialogue will be different. So you'll know what I'm talking about as soon as you play the game. Like, within the first hour of playing the game, you'll know what I'm talking about. Because there is a definite path that you have to choose. And yeah, so now I'm going to go back and probably put it back in pretty soon and pick the other path. There is an 8 gig required install to play. The first disc on the 360 version is the install. You pop in disc 1, it uploads it to your machine, and then you choose your difficulty setting, and then it tells you to insert disc 2 right away. So disc 1, is just an install, pretty much. And like I said, I mean, the game is relatively short, so it's not the length of the game or anything that's causing it to have to be on the 4 discs. It is just really good looking, and it looks great. I keep harping on it, but man, it is awesome. So I'm going to quit gushing now, because you all know that I'm a humongous id fan, and of course I was going to like this game. But seriously consider buying this game. The price did drop. It's down to $40, and that was the sweet spot for me. I really wanted to buy it right when it came out, but just because of how short I heard it was, it's like, okay, I am going to hold off for a $40 price range, and then I will jump on it as soon as I can. And that's what I did. As soon as Amazon dropped it down to $40, I was there, and I got a copy. And yes, I did get a key for the Doom beta, and I already have redeemed it. Hopefully by the time that comes out, I will actually have an Xbox One, because I don't think it's going to be on the 360 PS3 generation of consoles. I'm not sure. But by the way, the verbiage on when I punched in the code on the website, it didn't sound like it was going to be a 360 PS3 game. So I'm thinking it's going to be just current gen consoles, and that's fine because, like I said, I do hope that I have a one by then, and I will definitely have one by the time it itself comes out. So that is all she wrote for now. Wolfenstein: The New Order. I know it of the games I've purchased that came out this year in 2014. This is only the second new release I bought this year, and only comparing it to Mario Kart 8, which was also fantastic. Definitely game of the year, but I will definitely say that there is a good chance, a very good chance, that Wolfenstein: The New Order is my game of the year. Period. Even over Etrian Odyssey 4. As much as I loved that game, I can say at this point probably looking at game of the year for me, because it is just fantastic. So anyway, that is it. Thank you for watching. I do hope that my subs, you people, I hope you go buy this game and play it. Please support this kind of first-person shooter. If you're a fan of first-person shooters, this is the kind of game that you want to have more of these type of first-person shooters, because this is where it's at. Thank you for watching. Oh, hey, I didn't even go into detail about all the coolest stuff in the game. I'll leave them for you to find, but there are tons and tons of throwbacks and Easter eggs in this game. I found 4 or 5. I did post one of them on my Facebook page. So if you're friends with me on Facebook, you did see that. In the comments I say what it is, but I don't come right out in the picture itself and say what it is. But just know that there are tons and tons of awesome throwbacks and Easter eggs to classic id games, not just Wolfenstein. Wolfenstein is the most prevalent, but there are other things too. So be on the lookout for Easter eggs in this game, because they're there. Thanks for watching. D-Waves out.